This is the Biz Call. Question 1, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Krista Neher.
Question 2, what's the name of your business?
My business is BootCampDigital.
Question 3, describe your business in 1 or 2 or 3 sentences.
Sure. So we are a digital marketing training company, and we offer the deepest and broadest digital marketing training both online and in workshops that you'll find anywhere.
And question 4, what's your revenue model? How do you make money?
Sure. So we essentially have 2, I would say 3 actually, lines of revenue. The first is we have online training courses that are publicly available and anyone can come in and buy them. So we have over 30 digital marketing courses as well as online certifications that are internationally accredited. The second thing that we do is we do live workshops. So prior to the pandemic, they were in person about 5 times a year in various cities around the United States. They're currently live virtual. And then our third revenue model is that we do training for corporations. So everything from we're certifying thousands of marketers for a global organization right now, and then we also offer custom workshops to meet sort of specific needs around maybe content improvement or measurement or something like that.
Okay, so more specifically, are we talking subscription, fee-based, project-based?
All of the above. So we have a subscription model for our online training. We call it the All Access Pass, where for a monthly fee you can access the entire library. And then we also offer fee-based training. So for example, our certifications, you would pay a fee to earn that certification or to attend a public workshop. And then our corporate engagements are a mix of both. So we offer our library on a subscription basis, and then we also do fee-based workshops.
Okay, question 5, I think you kind of answered it. Are you brick and mortar, online, or both?
At the moment, we're fully online. Normally, though, we do a combination of online and in-person workshops because I think one of the things we offer that nobody else does is these live in-person boot camps where, you go to a conference and you learn all different things from different speakers, but our workshop is comprehensive and accelerated and really focused on accelerating digital knowledge over a few days. So that would be sort of more in person.
We'll get into that on question 7. Okay.
Sure.
But question 6, which is my favorite, is how did you decide to get into this business?
Yeah, good question. So essentially, I had the sort of Reader's Digest version of my career. I started off working at Procter & Gamble when I graduated from college, and I left there to run marketing for an internet startup, which I loved the pace and the excitement, and we did all digital, frankly, because we didn't have the money. And so at the end of it, that company sold, and I was sort of in the right place, right time. I knew social media and digital marketing really well. I was one of the first people in that space, and people started asking me how I could help them. So that was really how it started.
It's a nice problem to have. Okay, now question 7, which is where you kind of jumped in here. But question 7, why would customers choose you over your competition?
Yeah, so the thing with us is we're very specialized, and we only do digital marketing training. So there's companies that do all sorts of training. There's companies that do all sorts of digital stuff. But we really focus on digital marketing training. And what really makes us unique is because we're so focused, we have the deepest and broadest library that you'll find. So on a topic like Facebook ads, for example, I think we have 8 to 10 hours of training just on that one topic. And as a result of the depth and breadth that we have, we can really customize experiences for our learners and our corporate clients.
Great. Question 8, if you have one, what's your exit strategy or long-term goal?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I actually started my business more as a lifestyle business, right? So people kind of came to me and said, hey, could you show us how to do what you can do? And it started really organically. And I've done this now for 15 years, which is a long time. And my goal always has been to wake up every day and love what I do and love the clients that I'm helping and love the people that I'm working with. And so I've never really had a business plan or a goal to sort of exit or sell or anything like that. So really my goal is to continue to do what I love until I don't love it anymore. And I guess at that point, I would have to then come up with some kind of an exit strategy.
Okay, so far that's the most original answer I've ever gotten on question 8. Question 9. What are you doing to increase your business? Yeah,
so I think where we are at right now, I'm fortunate in the sense that digital marketing is doing nothing but growing. It's over 50% of marketing budgets. It's the #1 in-demand skill in marketing jobs. So I would say I'm at a time right now where the iron is hot and more people need what I've got to sell them than ever before. And I've done this for 15 years now. So to me, the main thing that we're actually focused on right now is being more focused. So I think one of the advantages of how my business started is people just came to me and said, hey, can I hire you? And then I did smart things to attract more people like them, right? So we have an SEO strategy, paid search, organic. We do all of the marketing things you expect people to do. But as a result, I think we've never done a good enough job focusing on who our real ideal customer is and how we could maybe more proactively approach them. We've always had enough leads coming in the door to not worry about it. And so the main thing that I'm focusing on to increase my business these days is to get more focused so that I can solve an exact problem for an exact person, and that will allow me to scale even further.
Okay, question 10. How do you measure your marketing success?
Well, I think there's 2 ways. At the end of the day, over time, you know if you're successful because you see the people walking through the door, whether it's a virtual door or a physical door. So I can see if my marketing is working at the end of the day in my bottom line. But a lot of marketing takes time to pay out. And even when I look at some of, because what we do is not an immediate purchase for a lot of people, maybe for a job seeker, it's immediate. They need that training now. But a lot of the businesses we work with, it's somebody who maybe ran into me years ago who then suddenly is like, we talked about upskilling our whole team and you were the first person that I thought of. So to me, when it comes to measurement, it's a combination of doing the right things for the long term and measuring the short term. So what I really measure is KPIs, key performance indicators, that say, am I doing the right things to protect my short term and long term? So in the short term, I look at things probably more like sales, and we would look at, our pay-per-click marketing and our social marketing and our sales efforts. But in the longer term, I'm going to look at things like how many people am I just getting in front of? How many people am I nurturing, for example, by doing podcasts like this, where I'm growing awareness in a more meaningful way? And so I track all of these numbers very specifically so that I'm really measuring the health of my business now and in the future.
Okay, question 11 can be a yes or no. Are you profitable?
Absolutely. I have been profitable since day one, and I think that's kind of the joy of a service business.
Excellent. Question 12. How many employees do you have?
Good question. Right now we have about 4 employees, and then we have a roster of about 10 regular contractors that we work with.
Okay, questions 13 and 14, 2 sides of the same coin. Question 13. What's been the best decision you've made so far?
So the best decision, now I'm going to take credit for something that sort of happened to me because I don't know that I could have made this decision, but, I've done this a long time, and it started that people coming to me saying, how can I learn what you learned? And so I really had this limiting belief in my head that, I had to do the training and no one else could do it, and no one else could do it as well as me. And, maybe no one else can do it the same way I do it, but surely plenty of people can do it very, very well. And there are people who can do it as well as me. But I didn't believe that. And the best thing that happened, for a number of reasons, but I got pregnant. And so I couldn't travel. Like literally could not travel. I was on a plane 2 weeks before my son was born, but I did have a period where I couldn't travel. And so I had to hire somebody else to do the stuff that normally I would do. And that was when I realized, no one will do it exactly the way I would do it, but other people can do certainly a darn good job and as good a job as I can do. And that was a game changer for my business. And I would say over the last 5 years since that happened, I've been able to grow and scale, which I could never have done before. And so really the absolute best thing to happen to me was being forced to not be able to do the day-to-day of my business so that I had to coach someone else and then realize somebody else can do an excellent job as well.
Question 14. What's been the worst decision you've made so far?
So many things. I think to me, what I would say, I can't think of like one horrid decision I've made, but overall what I would say in general is just like doing things that don't really matter for too long. And I think when I look at myself as a business owner, but also a lot of the clients I work with, we have all these reasons why we do stuff, right? So, I would say, well, we're a digital training company. We have to have a presence on social media and on this and on that. But, when I evaluate, I just did this competitive analysis, and I looked at companies much, much, much bigger than mine. They're not doing that stuff, and they're growing. And I think, again, it's these soundtracks we have for whatever reason where I felt like, well, but I really should do this or this should work. When I look at the numbers, and this is why I'm much more KPI obsessed at the moment, when you look at the numbers don't lie. And I realize I've wasted a lot of time doing things that don't matter because I thought they were important or that I had to do them. But really that wasn't true. And I think I could have been a lot more efficient and really focused on the things that mattered more, and I'd have grown 10 times faster than I have. And, I think, obviously with experience comes wisdom, but that's what I would have done differently, really, is to cut the things that don't matter and just get more focused with my time and effort.
I sure hope everybody's listening to that. Just because everybody does it doesn't mean it's right. That's a great answer. Okay, so question 15, you get to freeball this one. Is there anything you'd like to add? Is there anything we've missed? Is there anything you think that our listeners should know that we really didn't talk about?
Well, I'm going to build on my last answer since you kind of gave me a segue too. But, I teach people social media and digital marketing, right? And one of the things I notice is we tell people, oh, you could be on Twitter because you could be doing this and you could be on Instagram. And there's no end to what you could do, but the question is what you should do. And almost all of us can benefit from doing fewer things better. So the example I've been using lately, it just kind of came to me this last year, but do you think the YouTube unboxing millionaire cares one bit about what his Instagram profile looks like? No. Do you think the Instagram influencer's oh yeah, but my Facebook page isn't so good? They don't care, right? They do one thing, they nail it, and that's how you really grow and scale. And so I would say the thing that I would add, which kind of builds on my last answer, is just the importance of focus. And in my journey, I think it's something I wish I still am not where I should be. And I wish I'd have pulled that together sooner. And it's probably also the number one thing that I see the businesses I work with doing wrong is just we all fragment our efforts so much. And then you get on this hamster wheel where you're doing a lot of activity and not getting a lot of traction. And so my mantra these days is drive impact. What really drives impact, and what am I just hamster wheeling because I believe it's necessary?
The hamster wheel. How many of us have our own, huh? Great. Okay, so one more time, slowly, clearly, give me the name of your business and the URL where people can find you.
Absolutely. So I'm Krista Neher, the CEO of BootCampDigital, and it's www.bootcampdigital.com. BootCampDigital.com.
If you'd like to plug your business on the BizCall podcast, simply visit thebizcall.com and fill out the form. If you become a guest, you'll receive a free lifetime membership to the BizCall discussion and networking list. If you're too shy, you can still join the BizCall list at thebizcall.com.